Here we are again in sunny Daytona Beach, Florida at HANKSTERS. We got a really unusual guest for you this morning. It is the correct color of Panther Pink. Very rare color combination, Panther Pink and white. And it is the correct colors for this car. The car is not an entirely correct car per se, but it's an over-the-top car with a great color combination and a great driveline combination. It's a 340 with the correct cast iron intake manifold, Carter type carburetor on it. It does have the high flow 340 exhaust manifolds on it, new alternator, power steering, 26-inch radiator, high flow radiator in it. Tags are on the inside of the fender well, so you can see it does have your trim tags on it. Great color combination on this car. All the hoses, all the belts, everything under this hood is as it was in 1970. New battery in it. Everything under here is just as nice as could possibly be, just the way it left the factory in 1970. I don't see anything from the plug wires to the wire looms to the hoses. The air cleaner is correct. Everything is correct 1970 for a 340 in this particular car. Some of the cars that we do, it's kind of difficult to see the fitment and see the quality of the paint on it, but with this particular color, kind of screams at you loud enough that you should be able to see pretty much everything on this car. Again, the finish on this car is absolutely stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. Double scoop 340 style hood on for 1970. The gaps around the hood are very nice everywhere. Again, the fitment of the hood, the finish on the paint is fantastic. Correct argent across the front. All the plastic on the grill is nice. No pieces missing anywhere on this particular car. Again, you can see the bumper fitment, just as nice as you'd want to have one. It's a very nice fit car in the front. Front valance is nice. No pulled areas on it or no scuffs or anything from anyone getting too close to the barriers at the shopping center. Just a really nice straight car across the nose. I can't see anything at all that would deviate from the way the car was when it was put out there new. Okay, across the back of our Cuda, back bumper. Again, you can see the fitment is really sweet on this. I really can't see any. Again, you're going to need a micrometer if there is any deviation on it. You really can't see any. It does have a nice dual exhaust system on it. Turn downs. Instead of the pipes coming out through the valance in the back, it does have the bumperettes, and where most often the chrome is a little funky, these are just as fresh as could be, and they still have the rubber pieces that go between them. Most guys leave those off, but these are still intact. Around the tail lights is really nice, and a couple little tiny pits in the chrome. Again, you won't even see it in the video, but just telling you they're there. So they are original. Very slight, you're not going to see it. The lenses themselves are very high quality, very nice, and they're original. Again, Barracuda designation on the back. There's no marks or pits or anything on it. Rear deck fitment is beautiful. You can see everything lines up just as it should, and you can see from this angle how nice the trim is around the back window also. Just a really nice straight car across the back. Can't find a single thing there either. Okay. Trim around our vinyl top on this side, the same as the other side. I mean, it's absolutely flawless. I don't see a single little tiny deviation on anything here. Absolutely nothing. Drip rail the same way. Whiskers the same way. Really nice straight car. Door handle, you can see the chrome is nice and deep and fresh on that. Side marker light, nice and fresh and flush with the car. And nothing on this wheel lip molding either. I love these Kelsey Hayes wheels with the red line tires in contrast to the pink and the white. It really gives it some pop to it, those chrome wheels. Again, I can't. This door's fitment to the quarter panel the same way, to the rocker panel, no deviation. Chrysler Pentastar in the front, like it should have been from 1970 from the factory. Front fender, correct style antenna in it. side marker light, wheel lip molding. I can't find any marks, any dings, anything. There's that one little tiny flaw in the paint over there. There's a little tiny mark here. You'll never see it in the video because for me to see it, I have to get it in the exact correct light just to see a little tiny bit of a deviation. You couldn't even begin to fix it. There's nothing to fix. I don't see anything on this car. Body-wise, we've been over it from front to sides to back to down the other side. There's absolutely nothing to tell you negative about this car. Obviously, it's not a car that's for everyone. You know, the color is going to kind of narrow down the buyers on this car, but if you're looking for a Panther Pink, which was a very, very rare color combination, and to have pink and white, which is also very rare, it's a great combination the way this car's set up. It's going to be a hard car to find a duplicate of. This one is a high quality paint job, high fitment car. Interior is absolutely like new. The car is a 340 4-barrel car, automatic, power steering, a great iconic Mopar high impact color. And again, you know, just a very, very difficult car to find. But it is available here at HANKSTERS for a very nominal price. You'll absolutely love the car. All right, we're in Daytona underneath our Panther Pink Cuda. Great car. Unusual color, but real desirable to some people, and very, very rare color combination. Panther Pink and white. 1970 Cuda. Drum brakes in the front, new tie rod ends. This is a 340 date code correct engine for this car. It is not numbers matching, but it is date code correct, built in '69, late for a 1970 era car. Bell housing is fine. You can see there's no drips or anything on the engine itself. Bell housing has no drips. Torque flight transmission in this particular car. Again, no drips, no leakage, no seepage. Tie rod ends on both sides are absolutely brand new. New shocks in the front of this vehicle. New cooling lines for the transmission. New speedometer cable. New fuel line. Brake lines are still the original brake lines, but don't need replaced. They're just as they were whenever they were new. They're just in excellent condition. Really great condition. New cable for your parking brake assemblies, which is functional on this particular car. Subframes in the front have a couple of very, very superficial marks on them from being lifted up with a floor jack through the years, but absolutely nothing to concern anyone. 2 and looks like 2 1/4 inch aluminized pipes coming off of the original equipment type cast iron high flow exhaust manifolds on this particular car. Heading toward the rear of the car, very nice configuration the way they did the pipes, the orientation where it goes into the mufflers. You'll see that in a minute here. Floor pans have no dents or marks or jack marks on them. Thank God nobody tried to jack it up on the floor pans. One little tiny ding on the passenger side. Looks like somebody got too close to, maybe somebody ran over Mom's flower pot, but there's a little tiny dent in the one edge of the floor pan on that side. Nothing at all evident on this side. Everything appears to be original on this car. The floor pans and the rocker panels, the pinch wells, and everything is still there. Everything is intact from the factory. Of course, heavy-duty torsion bars on this particular car also. About halfway through the car, and everything really looks up to snuff on this guy. Okay, one back a little bit further here. Floor pans in the rear are as they were in the front, just unmolested. They're really, really in great condition. The torque boxes for the front of the leaf spring hangers are nice, no jack marks or anything on them. I really don't see any lift marks on the rear subframes, the flat part on the bottom. There's absolutely nothing to report on that. Everything really looks good. 8 3/4 inch heavy duty rear end in this particular car. Appears to have pretty new U-joints on the drive shaft. Under chassis mufflers that are 2 1/4 inch pipes transition into. Mufflers are like new. Really good condition. And again, nothing so far to report. Everything looks good. This one little tiny ding in the one floor pan here, and that's it. That's the only thing I can tell you that's a negative on this car so far, and really not a negative. Okay, exiting our under chassis mufflers. Appears to be 2 1/8 inch pipes, 2 1/4 going in, 2 1/8 going out. Again, 2 new shocks in the rear to match the 2 new ones in the front. Drum brakes in the rear as they would have been from the factory. A nice arch to the leaf springs on both sides. You can see they do have a nice strong arch to them yet. New parking brake cable from this from the single cable back to each individual wheel. So the entire system has been replaced and it is new. Subframes up high, there's no marks on anything. No deterioration, no marks. Floor pans look really, really nice. Drop downs and the fenders are real nice on this particular car. And the crimp welds on the floor pans where they go on to the transitional pans going into the quarter panels, just the way they were when they left the factory. You can see 2 cutouts, 2 turn downs back end of the chassis for the exhaust dumps. Original splatter undercoating on the gas tank yet. It is the original gas tank. Again, it appears as though the fuel line is the original fuel line apparently back here yet. Everything looks to be good. Again, no deterioration on anything here. Everything looks really up to snuff on this particular car. It's a great iconic color. Absolutely a fantastic car. We try to give you as a nice comprehensive representation of every car that we have here. We're not trying to hide anything from anyone. We're trying to go through the vehicles. As you see, whenever we do our walk-arounds or even under this chassis, you know, if I see something, I'll point it out to you. I see a dent, I see a mark. If I see something else, it's for us to either address before we ship the car to you or to make you aware that it's there. Obviously, we're not going to fix an acorn dent in the edge of a pan underneath, but we try to give you a very good representation of every vehicle that we have here at HANKSTERS.